Welcome to EP6 of Sos Tv, and can you believe I'm currently in the husband's man cave. I bought in a pretty dress to try and make the background look better, but it's just started to rain and all of his tools are in the background, but this is the only place I could get some peace in this house. I don't know about you guys, but this week has sent me a little bit around the twist with all the noise in the house. How about you? So I noticed I was getting a little bit precious about where I should film the intro and where I should film everything and trying to put this together, and I realized it's okay, no one cares where I film this from. I'm trying to make a little bit of inspiration for us all while we're in lockdown. I'm trying to make things a little bit more pleasurable, fun, happy, give you some inspiration. And I'm just a mum who's also a stylist who cares about what I put on my bag every day, because I know when I do care, when I put my lipstick on, my earrings on, put my hair in a massive bun, I do feel better. And I hope that that is the kind of inspiration that you take from this. I don't care about how flash your clothes are, how much money you spend, if you secondhand shop or if you buy new all the time. What I do care about is how you feel, and that's the most important thing to me. It actually pulls at my heartstrings. So forgive me while I stand in the shed and I try and do this over the sound of the rain. Thank you for joining me for another episode. I'm super pumped to be here. So firstly, it's Fashion Revolution Week, and there's a hashtag that you can use called Loved Clothes Last. I will put up some links in the blog that I always share along with each episode, but do get yourself involved, because I think it's really important to understand where your clothes come from, who made your clothes, where you're shopping, how you're shopping, and just consider it this way. If you can make one small change for the betterment of others, one small change in your spending habits and your shopping habits, you will make a difference. So secondly, I tried to go for 3 nights with no wine, and I finally capitulated this afternoon and made a little order at our local winery, wine shop, and they, bless them, are going to deliver by tonight. So hallelujah, praise be, things are going to look better tonight after a cheeky glass of rosé. The last thing I learnt this week is I probably need to be a little bit kinder to myself, my husband and my kids, and I wonder if that's something that you've all discovered this week. I've noticed I've been getting a little bit over the noise, as I mentioned in the intro, and I think there's a lot of things that I can do to actually just be kinder, and that might be to remove myself a little bit more instead of getting shouty first. I'd love to hear what your tips and tricks are for handling the noise and everyone on top of each other and everyone trying to work. Time to answer your questions. So you are now in my kitchen as I cook my kids pasta for dinner, and I'm answering your questions. So the first one is, how do I hide my roots during lockdown? Look, we are still a long way away from getting to level 2, so I know that my roots are going to be looking dreadful. So here's how I'm doing it. I was inspired by my own hairdresser, Natasha Radonich, who showed me this fantastic trick with a scarf. The way to do it is to fold your scarf lengthways, but to quite a thick band, and then you get this amazing band at the top. And usually I would wear with the hair down and curl around it, but for effect today I'm just showing you how I'm wearing it now, even though I've got it tied up in a bun. Otherwise, secondly, is to tie a massive scarf around your bun already, and that draws attention toward your bun as opposed to the roots and whatever's going on in the foreground. Hope that helps. The next question was, where do I find a great non-skinny jean? Check out the next few slides and I'll share those with you. Style tricks. So combining pattern can be a little bit confusing or a little bit horrifying to some people, but hopefully the tricks in the next slide will teach you how to do it confidently. Okay girls, welcome to my closet. Yep, that's right, it's less than the width of my arms. So kind of like a builder's house is never finished, a stylist's wardrobe is never done. That's actually not true, because I know plenty of my stylist friends have gorgeous closets, walk-in closets, tons of room, but not me. No, we live in an old bungalow that we have slowly renovated but never touched our bedroom. And truth be told, guess what? My wardrobe doesn't have any doors. So the reason I've dragged you into my closet is I promised a little expose on it last week, but I kind of figured going through all of my clothes might be like watching paint dry. So I thought what I'd do is share some of the fabulous tips and tricks that make my style work for me, and then hopefully you can adapt some of those ideas for you. How does that sound? So as you can see, I share this with my husband. He's got the shoe closet up here, and I keep all of my shoes that I can in boxes, hopefully with photos on them, to figure out which ones I need. Then I've put in here blazers, shirts and trousers, and here longer dresses, jackets and skirts. So I know my wardrobe really well inside and out, and even though it's quite jam-packed, I find that I can find things easily. One tip I love sharing with my clients is to make things that little bit chicer, to make things that little bit more polished, are those finishing touches. And one of the greatest finishing touches that I think someone can bring is to take a little bit of time and pay some attention to your cuff. That's right, these things. So instead of just scrunching them or keeping them done up or making them hang too long, I can always recommend, if you want to finish off the outfit perfectly, fold your cuff with style. So that just means making it a little bit more purposeful and folding it back on itself, making it sharp and neat. Form a line, make it look très chic. Okay, so this tip is for big boob girls like moi. I love wearing shirts, but they don't always love wearing me. So that push-pull factor of getting them over your boobs can sometimes be a pain in the butt. Well, I say make it purposeful. Make what you're wearing underneath look as stylish as the outside. So this way, I've got on a little bralette from Max. It's got this gorgeous scalloped edge, so it adds a little bit of interest with that and its lace. And then pair it underneath your favorite shirt. And this way I've got the shirt undone one extra button than I normally would, but I'm completely protected by the bralette and I feel fantastic. It's a great way to feel stylish when you're big boobed and you want to wear what everyone else is wearing, but you can't, but now you can. So if you can visualize how you'd like your wardrobe and how to make getting dressed every day easier, I would suggest hanging it in this order so that you know from memory every day when you go to your closet what you're pulling out is from the dress section, the caftan section, the coat section, the shirt, tops, pants section. And then roughly what you'll do is put them back, not in the same order of course, but roughly in the same area so that you know your wardrobe will stay pretty much organized really easily. So wide-legged trousers can be a bit of a nightmare to style because they are either very, very long or quite short. So my recommendation as to what shoe to wear them with is stick to the one shoe that you buy them with or stick to the one shoe that you bought them for. So either a flat or a heel. I don't mean just the one pair of shoes. I want you to get the versatility out of these pants, of course. So what I'm recommending is that you get them taken up or taken down to suit what you'll wear with them most. So for the pants that I've shown you just now, they are a really long, wide-legged flare, and I'm only going to wear them with heels or a flat form that's quite high. I'm not going to be wearing them with my trainers, which is kind of like apocalyptic for me because I love it. All right, girls, one of my final tips is to help you refine and define your style. When I'm working with my clients, we often talk about how to nail your style. And the reason we do this is to not class you in a bracket or put you in a box. No, for me, the reason I do it is to help the end game, which is when you're on your own in your closet and when you're shopping. And that means by refining and defining your style, you will be able to hone in on and laser focus on the things that will suit you. Instead of being caught out by the noise in the shops, you will be able to identify your colors, you will be able to identify the shapes and the patterns and the pieces that will be best for you, because you will have in your head the mantra of my style is. So here's your homework. So one of the quickest ways I can recommend you doing this is to consider what your personality is like, consider who you are as a person and what you want to portray to the world. So think about that first. Then I want you to marry it up with what you want your style, ultimately, even if it's not now, what you want your style to say about you. And just like Alison Hulse whipped together cakes in the 70s, I want you to whip up a word storm, marrying what you want your style to say about you and the words to describe you, and mix them all together. Get busy using adjectives and flair and think of all the exciting possibilities. And to make it easier, I'll tell you mine. Okay, are you ready? My style is maximalist chic with a touch of head Liberian on acid. And if getting stuck in using adjectives and kind of having fun with your style in your wardrobe this weekend isn't your cup of tea, that's okay too. There's lots of ways that you can find out your style, personality, or your style by going online. Google it up, see what you can find, and have fun with it. But do try and nail a style sentence or a style personality for yourself, because these are the ways that are going to help you when you head out into your wardrobe, into the shops, and help refine what you buy and what you pull together. Things that are keeping my interest or holding my interest this week are my son interviewed my parents, who are divorced, but interviewed them both together on Zoom today, which was an absolute delight. I learnt some new things about my parents. Ben became quite engrossed in what they were telling him, and our parents have got some really cool stories. So do take the time, if there's a little social subject or something like that for your kids at school, to actually work with them on it, because I actually found out a lot and it only took 45 minutes. And last but not least, I do an expose on all the leopard print in my closet. That post coming in the next couple of days. Keep a lookout for it, and sorry about the rain. This is what happens when you decide to shoot a TV show from your home. So I hope you like that little deep dive into my wardrobe with a few tips and tricks. If you see anything here you want to know about, then drop it in the comments below and I'll share that story with you next week. We're going to be in lockdown or lockdownish at level 3 for another 3 weeks, so I've got plenty of time to share lots with you. I am so enjoying pulling this show together, and I hope you really enjoy it. Please do share, please do reach out if you'd like to know more about my services, and God bless you for watching, girls. It's been so much fun. Mwah.